Hi everyone, I hope that you have a great Labor Day weekend. So in this video, I'm going to help you to review things we did last week. Also, we're going to look at what we need to do for this week. So last week, we were talking about the consumer behaviors. So you were asked to complete two things, online quiz and online discussion. So let's go and look at the online quiz first. So for the online quiz, we see the average score for the entire class is 82%. It's actually a pretty decent score. Most of students did the readings, and so they understand this reading material really well, so they're able to reflect on this quiz. So the first questions, only 2 students missed these questions. So which of the feathers has not been considered as a situational feathers? Obviously, it's spatial surroundings, right? Second one, what is based on watching others and learning from other actions in order to learn new behaviors? This is called social learning. These are basic definitions. Right, question number 3, which of the following statements correctly describe the behavior of sports fans with a high levels of identification? Everyone understands these things correctly. For the sports fans who are highly identified with the team, they're more likely to go to the game regardless of the team's performance and care less about the price. So although you charge them very high price, since they highly identify with their favorite team, so they're more likely to go and attend the games. Although the team doesn't have a very good season, since you highly identify with the team, highly associate with the team, so you're more likely to go to watch the games. Either they play at home or play away, right? So this is question number 3. Question number 4, the highest classification of the fan involvement is based on a long-term commitment to what? The answer is to sport team players, right? So that's why we talk about sports fan who has highly identified identifications with the particular team's properties. Next question, which of the following statement correctly explain the sports customers' perceptions? It's also a definition question, right? Perception divided as a process for the customers to scan, gather, assess, and interpret stimulate such as sports. All right, question number 6, which of following descriptions correctly explains sports fans causing? We talk about sports fans has 3 types of behavior. Board games, talking about sports fans, would like to associate with the winning teams. Every time when your favorite team wins, you feel so excited because your self-instinct has been enhanced. Right? You would like to share these things on your social media. You would like to talk about your favorite team's victory. You would like to talk to your friend about it. You keep watching the replays, keep watching the related news. Right, consume more medias. So this is talking about working, right? And coughing is talking about sports fans when your favorite team lost. You try to keep the distance from a losing team because you don't want to associate with a losing team, because that will hurt your confidence. In order to maintain your self-instinct, you try to keep the distance from the losing teams. You don't want to watch a replay. You don't want to spend a lot of time watching the games over and over again because you feel frustrated. Like crossing is talking about sports fans. They don't like those winning teams, particularly the team has been dominated in their leagues. We talk about Patriots has been dominated in NFL, so they make it to the Super Bowl multiple times, winning the Super Bowl 6 times in the last 20 years. So a lot of time, although you don't have the feeling to the Patriots at the very beginning because they keep winning, so you feel that's kind of boring. So you want to see the new face in the Super Bowl games. So that's why you don't like Patriots. So a lot of fans don't like Patriots. That was because the team being so successful. Right, so this is our causings. So for the open-end questions, they say talk about textbook describe about 5 differences between sports spectators and participants. Please list 2 of them and provide a little bit explanations. Right, so we talk about spectators and participants, their differences, like first of all, they say talk about spectator and participant, they basically are completely separate markets, right? And spectator and participants, they have a very big difference in their social economic characteristic. The media behavior is also different, right? They talk about the way they consume sport are very different. Also, the factor has influence on their decision-making process could also be different, right? So this is about 5 differences. As long as you mention 2 of them and provide a bit explanation, you should be able to get those points. Last questions basically ask you to use the models of the participant consumption behaviors and to describe about these internal and psychological factors as related to participant in the competitive adult soccer leagues. So again, these are very, very subjective questions, as long as you are able to explain how our people would like to choose a particular sports league, what factor will impact that, you should be able to get all the points. So this is the quiz 2. And last week, you were also asked to complete the online discussion. For the online discussion we're doing last week, we talked about you're currently working for USA Football. It's an independent, non-for-profit organization leading the development of youth, high school, and international amateur football. So you have been assigned to the International Federation of American Football to oversee the ticket sales for the World Championship, which will taking place in Cologne, Germany next year. So you would like to gather some information about your potential ticket buyer in Germany. So they ask you to answer some of the questions. First question is I ask you to do some research to share with me about the similarities and differences between German customers and American customers. And some students did a lot of this research. Some students mentioned about German in Germany, soccer is the #1 sport. They mentioned about American football is the number 23rd most popular sport in Germany. So unlike the US, the football is basically the most popular sport here in the countries, right? So to talk about these, and they also talking about for German fans, the way they consume sports kind of different. In addition to go to the stadium, they also would like to go to the bar to watch sport, and also they would like to go and watch sport with their friends together. So those are some differences in terms of the how they consumes. Students also mentioned about some similarities between German customers and American customers. They say both German customer, American customer, they love sports, they're hardworking, and also they're pretty loyal to their teams. So that's kind of important, right? So those are the research. And also I asked you to go identify the particular target markets that you would like to sell tickets. Most of students indicate that you would like to target the people whose age is between 18 to 45 because you think those group of people they have a great buying power, they're passionate about sports. Maybe they know nothing about football, but that would be a great opportunity for you to promote football among this group of people because they will become your future main customers. Since these events will be holding next year, so target them made perfect sense, right? So in terms of the marketing strategy, some students mentioned about very interesting strategy. A lot of students mentioned about using social media because you think the target audience is mainly using social media to consume sport or betting information. Using social media will be really helpful. Some students mentioned about we need to schedule the time in June and July because during this time there's no soccer being played. So if you schedule this event in June and July, you can attract more attention. Very good idea. Some students also mentioned about we try to create some new ticket packages, try to target family, for instance, like try to promote this event as a family event, try to target families so we can attract more people to buy tickets to enjoy these events. Some people also mentioned German fans enjoy the entertainment, so we try to organize some of the entertainments during the games. Some students also mentioned we would like to sell more beer during the games because German love drinking, right? Drinking beers. And there's some students mentioned about we need to have a video game competition, help people to understand about the sports. So those are all very, very solid ideas, right? So for me, I think in addition to all these things you guys mentioned, we can also, to have using star players to promote this event. So some well-known football players like Tom Brady's, like we can use those well-known players to promote these events, right? Also, we can use some German local star celebrities, ask them to go and watch the games, and ask them to promote these events and teach people to get familiar with the football cultures before going to the events, right? So those are some of the strategies. So for this online discussion, I think majority students did really well. So I'm pretty happy with the strategy you come up with, which will help users sell more tickets. Week 4 this week, so we are going to talk about marketing methods. So sports marketing research. So for this week, we will talk about how we are able to conduct marketing research. During the marketing research, we need to learn how we are able to update some informations. Also, how we are able, how's the marketing research process need to be complete 4 different steps. So reading is the textbook, chapter 3. Here is the lecture video. Here is the lecture notes. Use these notes when you're watching the videos. Assignment for this week. So assignment for this week is a Wednesday. So you need to complete online quiz 3. Online quiz 3 is unlike previous quiz you did, like have a lot of multiple choice questions. Online quiz 3 is we don't have a lot of multiple choice questions, but I want you to really watch the video to understand the content before working on the online quiz 3. Question could be challenging, so I give you 30 minutes instead of 20 minutes. And I also noticed some students didn't have enough time last week to complete the quiz, so I'll give you a little bit longer time. You can think about it before answer that questions. And also for this week, in addition to the online quiz, I want you to go and start to work on a group project. So the group projects will be sports marketing research. For the group project, I will have an online live lecture this Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Time. So I guess most of students are able to attend these lectures. So I'm going to put you guys into different groups, and also I'm going to interact with each group to help you guys go and identify these directions. So for the group project of this class, we have 2 group projects. These two group projects are like two basic steps. So you guys need to work together to complete these 2 projects together. So for the group projects is the one that we're currently collaborating with the Cincinnati Global chapters. So Cincinnati Global chapters is planning to bring our professional basketball teams to greater Cincinnati areas. So they want us to help them to create a marketing surveys and distribute some survey, and then identify some very useful information, and they would like to present this information to the NBA, and hopefully they're able to bring one NBA G League teams next year here to the Cincinnati's. So this information is very important. I'm going to spend a little bit more time to talk about it on Thursday during the live lectures, and also I would like to ask you guys a few questions to see how you guys would like to contribute to this whole process. So this is the plan. So I will see you guys on Thursday live lecture at 8:30 right, Eastern times. I will send you guys a link on Wednesday. Make sure that click on the link. Make sure you need to present on Thursday's lecture, that we have more time to talk about these group assignments. All right, that's it for these short videos. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Don't forget to show up on Thursday, and then we'll have more discussions about the group projects. All right, I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a great week, everyone.